Well, hello there. Welcome back to the Final Fantasy 14. Look at the camera thing. Well, there you go. Last time we explored some more of Charlayan. We tried to find out about the final days in the big old library, and we didn't find out anything about that. What we did find out was these people, these gleaners, were taking stock into where we are right now, Labyrinthos, which is like a big kind of stockpile area for all knowledge Charlayan has. And it's a very cool place, and I'm enjoying this so far. And we're trying to work out why they're doing it. My theory is they're trying to stockpile as much as they can to try and survive the final days, like as an arc or something. But we'll see. For now, though, let's get back to the actual MSQ, which is talking to Kral about stuff. Glorified rat catcher. Kral appears lost in thought. We would do well to learn more of what, specifically the gleaners are being tasked to do, as well as who has tasked him to do it. If your game Sigma, I have an idea. Yeah, what is it? Why am I kneeling down? Didn't one of the gleaners you questioned say something about escaped marmots? Perhaps if you were to help him capture said creatures, he might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightening conversation. Okay. In the meantime, I will turn my charms upon this gleaner here. We can compare notes afterwards. Happy hunting! I'm curious how they're going to do enemies here, because it's not just you know, an underground area with like enemies in it. It's like a well-organized location, so I assume there'll be like, I don't know, a reason for the enemies patrolling the locations and stuff. Fascinating. Can we go back to what you were saying earlier? Yeah. Meanwhile, I've got to hunt some marmots, apparently. Hey, buddy. Mr. Rabbit Man. You wish to help me find the marmots? I have nothing suitable to pay you for your services, but if you're offering out the goodness of your heart, I'll welcome the assistance. Yes, it's the goodness in my heart, and definitely not the quest. The name is Erenville, friend, specialist in the collection of live specimens. That said, the capture of these Naxian marmots is a trial, and I've no desire to repeat. Grizzled mice, they call them. For mercy, there are no other marmot species on this tier at present, so there should be no mistaking out of little fugitives. If you happen to catch any, stuff them in this sack. Gently, of course. Gentle is my middle name. Where to begin, you wonder? I've not seen any scampering around here, so we'll need to widen our search into the surrounding forest. Be on your guard. There are beasts out there who won't hesitate to pry on a marmot, or you. Okay. I'll search the trees to the west. The eastern part of the forest is all yours. Good luck. Right, buddy. Let's head into it then, shall we? Oh my god! Look at these giant Yeti lads. Oh, trolls are called? I love them. They're very good. Oh? Is it actually getting darker? Are they simulating fog somehow too? It looks like they are. Yeah, this is kind of cool. If I was a marmot, where would I be? Possibly up here. And I'm gonna call the friend, the one and only Persimmon for this. Let's do this, shall we? Oh? Hunting coyote? No, you fucking don't, mate. Oh. You died before I could even like hit him before my attacks. There you go. We saved you. Oh, why did we let it go, Zugbar? Barely have you ready to sack when a grizzled mouse scampers off into the underbrush. Yeah, we fucking didn't do it. Let's try again this time, Zigbar, but I'll actually try and capture it this time. Why don't you? Oh, the circle's a lot bigger than before. Okay, we're gonna get our attentive eyes, and I already see it. I think it's over here. Yeah, look at the actual map for this location. It's very uniquely designed. You got like the big hour corner, and then you got the smaller ones in the middle. I enjoy it quite a bit. Saying that, I am gonna try and find these aether currents around here somewhere. Oh. It's quite a cleverly designed area too, because it's kind of got its own skybox with the whole sun thing. I wonder if you can go up there at some point with the mount. Probably, right? Oh, the music. Da da. Okay, I'm gonna grab you, but I might head back. Might go get that aether current first. We're going in here this time into a sack. Oh, for fuck's sake, this bar. Rodent nimbly evades the grass before once more disappearing into the trees. Nice! They really are glorified rat catcher, aren't we? You fought like primal entities, Sigma, and you can't catch a small mouse? Shame on you. Apparently to the north there's an aether crystal. Oh, is it up there? Oh yeah, it is, of course it is. Where else would it be? Although I think also this rat might be up there too, so I think we'll be in the clear anyway. Trying to avoid these trolls while I do this too. I guess the reasoning is these trolls are indigenous life forms, so you shouldn't, like, you know, impact their environment. But even then, like, they can go on a rampage and destroy everything. So we'll see. I don't see you, Mr. Mouse. More prepared for its speed this time. You succeed in closing the sack around your elusive enemy. Okay, good. We finally did it. Oh, they're kind of defending this A fight point. But if we're careful... Ooh. I think we're going to have to fight them. Yeah. Well, here we go then. One at a time. We might be able to pass the... Might be able to pass the other one, but I don't know. We'll see. Oh, piss. Wow, it's worth a shot. Just use all my powerful moves on it. There we go. Bah! The fire! Beautiful. There's a day and night cycle. Look, you can see it's getting darker here too. So is that the sun close up or something, or is it like get dim or I don't know. Does a moon appear? Does the sun become a moon? I guess we'll find out. Like its own like day and night cycle. It's kind of weird in that respect, but also they can save budget by making it just one big skybox and then not have to worry about the background elements. It's quite clever. Oh, well, here we are, I think. Well, I got your mouse. Hope you're grateful. How did you fare? I shut down 3 of the pack, which leaves 1 unaccounted for. Oh, I only found 1 then. Okay, here you go. He was quite elusive. Oh yeah, the sun does turn off. That's cool. Ah, there's the odd Malmet. Wait here for a moment while I put our friends in a holding cage. Bye, buddy. Thankfully, the marmots seem to be unharmed. They've held up well in isolation, but it's much too soon to release them into the habitat. It's a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. My thanks. Who tasked you to capture them in the first place? What did you do with them? What will you do with the marmots now? Yeah, what are you going to do with them? That's for the farm to decide. They are the guiding authority behind Labyrinthos after all, and if this job was one small part of this great inventory of theirs. Suitable for consumption and easy to breed. Those were the 2 conditions I was given for the stock. I was able to... Yeah, okay, they're definitely making an ark of some form. I don't know what the farm was planning for these creatures, but at the very least, I doubt they'll be served for dinner today or tomorrow. There you are, Zigbar. the gleamer you mentioned? The one who was looking for lost marmots? Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you folk anyway? We're the students of Aldessian. Yeah, there you go. Truth be told, the farm decisions today have not entirely sat well with us. That's why we made a descent into Labyrinthos. We hope that by seeing those decisions put into action, we might more fully understand their reasoning. Why isn't practical? Never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it? Anyway, Huey calls. Other animals to recapture, capture and enclosures to empty. Once again, I'm sorry that I can't afford you more of your services. Thanks, buddy. Did you learn anything new from your friend here? That just that they're making a massive inventory and those creatures were bred to, you know, be easily eaten. So we've confirmed that the farm for this ambitious operation did indeed come indirectly from the farm. However, the gleaners have not been informed of this purpose. I would say that fits everything we've heard so far. We've also discovered that the operation was begun. The farm contacted the Gleaners Guild ship and put their order the people to their great work, some 4 days after the Lothroy made their chilling declaration. As seasoned travellers, the Gleaners kept abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity, thus am I inclined to trust that their calendar of events is accurate. Altogether, it gives a distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden and unexpected development. Yet I find it hard to believe that such a comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthos and its archives could have been planned in so brief a window. Nay, this plan was long in the making. They were but awaiting the right time to put it into effect. And that Lothroy's declaration was what set it all in motion. Oh, are they working with them then? Seems likely, but let's not leap to conclusions just yet. For the moment, I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we stand to find. In that case, how about we head to the Arcarium? From there we can reach the lower... Quile... What is this? Hey, buddy! Quile, what's wrong? I'm fine. Truly, the sudden descent has left me a bit of a headache, that's all. Nothing now stopped me from shouldering on. Let's be about it then. At least allow me to take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way to the Archaon. We followed the path east, through the forest where you were chasing after that mouse. Or marmot, was it? Anyway, it's the trolls you need to watch out for. I don't know what's causing that. I assume it's the echo, but I'm not too sure. Right, this is the beginning of another recording session because I had to head off after I finished recording the last part. I didn't know it could rain down here. This is both really cool and really fucking strange. Look at this. I mean, you go over here and you're like, oh, this place is fucking massive. I love it. Apparently someone in the free company, when they first came here, they thought it was like a small optional area. Well, not optional area, but a small, like, smaller scale room where you go and look around and get some data. It was until they walked out onto that balcony where they realised, oh, this is a fully fledged area, isn't it? And it's fucking great. So let me get a more appropriate mount for this area, shall I? What should I have? Get a unicorn. Let's get Borealis. Let's get Lady Shiva's unicorn. There we go. We're gonna do the whole explore while on this beautiful mount. I gotta remember that I don't need to talk to death while I'm doing this. It's what makes me so tired during this. I don't give myself breaks, and I end up slowing lines a lot more than I should be. So, chances are there'll be a few cuts because when I get to Final Fantasy IX, which is what I'm planning to record after this, there's going to be some stuff with that and how I'm going to do it. Oh, here's everyone. Hey guys. This is the foremost material archive in Charlayan. I should love to explore its treasured shelf by shelf, but I fear we have little time for such indulgence. Yeah, probably. I mean, the final days is going to occur. Were you caught in mist on your way here? The sprayers keep the air humid, so the habitat feels as close as possible to a natural forest. What's causing this then? Like little like sprinklers at the top of the world, I guess, maybe? Don't worry about me. I'm hale and healthy. In fact, I'm beginning to suspect that. Nay, let's discuss this later. This investigation demands our undivided attention. Yeah, but you need to look after yourself, Quite. I don't know what's happening with you and the echo. To what I'm assuming it is. Behold, the Archaeon, as the phenomenon serves as Charlene's literacy archive, so does this structure house the city's wealth of material data. The architecture, too, is similar. This building you see is merely the upper entrance, an access point to the vaults carved into the cliffside itself. Within those vast rooms are stored countless samples and specimens, as well as the detailed records which describe them. In a manner of speaking, the Archaeon contains a physical history of Charlene's unwavering dedication to the accumulation of knowledge. Interesting. Deeper into the maze. Well, you won't learn anything of value standing out here. Let us proceed in the main building and speak with the custodian. Yeah. Probably for the best. Oh, Chocobo Keeper, yes please. I also smelt that eighth right because after I ended the last recording session, I forgot to attune here, so yeah, that was a good choice on my part. But we have it now. We never have to worry about that again, unless there's Ava codes to worry about. Then we will have to worry about it again. But for now, I think we're okay. I don't know how many Ava codes are around here. I'm just going to continue the main quest. Even before we got to this area, like 5 side quests appeared. So thanks for that game. Oh. A lot smaller than an Omen. Hey buddy, greetings, we're here to peruse Archaeon's vaults. Peruse? You're clearly not gleaners then, might I ask your affiliation? We belong to the students of Aldessian, but is that relevant? I was given to believe that the vaults, those open to the public at least, were open to the public. Ordinarily, yes, that would be the case. At present, however, access is restricted. Only persons directly involved in the reorganization efforts are permitted to enter. Well, that's an interesting revelation. Not us then. I suppose we'd better move along to another facility. This building has a lift which connects to the middle tier, yes? Might we at least make use of that? Oh. The service has also been suspended, I'm afraid. For the time being, priority has been given over to the conveyance of inventory. What, so this is as far as we can go? I apologise for the inconvenience. Please come again after our restructuring operation is concluded. Yeah, that's stopping us from getting down there. By that time it'll be too late, and we're getting so close to getting answers. We need to rethink our approach. Let us speak outside for a moment, shall we? They're definitely hiding something about this place. Students of Aldessian. A reorganization effort, again, I think, because they're building an arc. Don't know how many times I need to say that, but that's what I think is going to happen. The farm must be wary of exposure indeed, so heavily restrict the use of public institutions. Probably be hard to cover up how much information there is. If they're going to close the facilities, then they ought to announce it. The students must be furious. Labyrinth is constructed in the shape of a mortar. This upper level is called the outer circuit, and the medial circuit lies one tier below us. Cool. We are in an impasse. As if there are other leads, I should like to pursue this one further. But how do we get down there if they don't let us go? Surely. But I doubt that our stone-faced custodian will be swayed by heartfelt pleas. We must seek another means to access the lower levels. It's likely that the people in this area are involved in the restructuring in one way or another. If we are to ingratiate ourselves, they might allow us to accompany them on the lift. Let us ask around. Surely someone is in need of a few strong backs lying alone. Smells like a side quest. Let's go out then, shall we? Oh, yeah. Speak to people outside the archive. There's a lot more of these type of quests in Endwalker, which I'm fine with for the most part, but less fighting, more just walking around talking to people, which this is good. That's what the game is really good at. What's that? Take you down the lift with me? Sorry, but not a chance. I've been up and down all day, and not only now have I finally found a spare moment to rest. I did see a gleaner fellow heading out the gate though. Shouldering a large pack, engaged in some manner of task. Maybe he'll head down below after he's done with whatever it is he is doing. Is it our bunny friend? Making his way down there, maybe? Remove student. Am I taking the lift? Oh no, we're just students. They won't let us into the archive, even though we found... Actually, we have no idea what it is we found. There's no records of such a creature anywhere, but it was running around Tranquility, and so we thought to donate it to the vaults. Tranquility, is that what that area I've been to before? Oh, this little squirrel, don't you think? Anyway, I think we'll have to take care of it until the archive is open again. Tranquility? Have I been there before? Hold on. Okay, apparently it's an area in Charlatan. Okay, it's good to know. They just found it around here, I guess. I'm curious to see what they do in this area, though. It's very big. Oh. And... I don't know what story stuff we'll find out. Maybe we'll come back here later on and you know, find out more about the final days and what was causing it. And how involve us going... The fuck is happening? That not only scared the shit out of me, but what the fuck? Why are there so many people here suddenly? Is there like a stream going on right now? Where's everyone going? I mean, I'm kind of curious. What is this? Everyone just came here and started beating up trolls. What the fuck is this thing? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. They're fighting a big boss. This just came out of nowhere, and it's. That was really creepy. There's so many people popped into existence, and they're all here to kill this. Oh, hey, it's Ifrit. Amazing. Fucking amazing. I've never seen so many people go to kill a hunt in my entire life. Well, that was a cool thing to see live on recording. No, that chaotic sympathy is over with. Let's go up here and have a look for this creature, I guess? Pac-Man Gleaner. Oh no, the Gleaner, yeah. Can I be let up, please? There we go. I'd rather go that way than fight some enemies around here, so... Yeah. Oh, what is this? The architecture here does remind me a lot of Great Google and a lot of the Hinterland stuff, which makes sense considering what it is. This is made by the same people who did Edelshire and Great Google. I mean, it was created by the same dev team, I'm assuming, for Endwalker stuff, as same as Heavensward stuff, but think about how long it took us to get here. Like Stormblood, Shadowbringers, those were both expansions between this and Heavensward, and the amount of time they were like holding this off, like, okay, we can't do this really cool stuff yet, we have to do some more meandering stuff, but we'll get there eventually. Also, where's this person? John Guy? Not in the tower. You don't know if we can go in here or not. Oh yeah, we can. there he is. Very sneaky. Oh, it's one of these guys. Oh, no, okay. It's a cat person again. Quiet, you'll find it away. Hey, buddy. It's me. Ah, it's you again. Don't mean to be rude, but I'm in the middle of another task. The cloud I need to capture is close. Very close. Don't worry, I'm here to help because I want to go down to the middle level. You wish to help me with this too? You spend your time in unusual ways, my friend. Still, 2 hunters are generally better than 1. Very well. The canal here is a common gathering spot for birds of all kinds, but the one I'm after today is a hornbill. Its feathers are green, and it's quite a distinctive call. Single out and shoot it with the sleeping dart. Oh, doing this thing? The shooting mechanic that was introduced in Stormblood? The effects are short-lived, so I'll lie and wait down by the riverbank to claim our cry. Be sure to hit the right one. I don't remember what you were asking me. Look for the hornbill. Don't know what a hornbill looks like. Is that like a goat? A sheep? Okay. Look for the green bird which caws. Whack, whack! I think it's this one, isn't it? Wow, that was so difficult. No, I feel bad for it. But, you know, it'll be fine. We helped you, dude. We helped you find your little bird guy. There you go. You can have nice bird dreams about bird things. As long as he doesn't drown in that 1 centimeter of water. Yeah, I did it! You did do it, Sigmar. Right.
A fair shot.
Oh, there we go. Voice acting.
Nicely done. Let me truss this one up and I'll make my way over to you.
That accent. So apparently the reason why the other people in Eorzea don't appear that much is because they're very reclusive. They tend to hide in forests and stuff. So that's the reason why we haven't seen any until this point.
Are. Any new revelations?
I mean, I shot a bird. I didn't kill it though. It was a sleep dart.
So you met with that gleaner again, this time to capture a hornbill?
Yep, my services as warrior of light are being used to their fullest.
I understand catching and bringing in creatures from the outside, but what's the point of chasing after ones already here?
That's actually a good point. Why?
Oh, it's a simple thing, really. Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer needed for study, or those we've had difficulty raising. Safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a gleaner's duties.
That's assuming they can survive in their natural habitats, though. I mean, a lot of the time spent raising animals in nature reserves is making sure that they can actually survive in the wilderness. I think this is quite similar, so it'll be okay.
I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
Oh. Below? For what? Is it, do you know, Shtola?
The restricted section in the lower levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers handpicked by the Forum. The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can never be allowed to fall into outside hands. Even Archons are not privy to the truth.
So it is quite important then. Oh, it sounds really interesting. I want to go down there.
The researchers involved in this secretive work are not permitted to walk freely in the city and are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
Makes sense. You don't want gossip of that going around.
What could a facility subject to such strict security protocols possibly need with a hornbill? An experiment?
Maybe it's like somewhere like store it in Aether, maybe? Like, they want some way to preserve these creatures.
I wasn't afforded an explanation. But judging by the requisition list given to me and my colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research.
Finding a way to store them, or maybe like copy their material. Like, I don't know if materia is like, well, Aether, I mean, not materia, is this world's version of DNA, kinda. Maybe they're trying to code that in and see if they can they're trying to code that in, seeing if they can change it, or maybe store it inside of their systems so as the 5 days occurs, they can hide in Labyrinthos and they won't die. And they'll have all the data from the world and they can go on and rebuild it afterwards. At least that's what I think is going to happen.
I'd be more inclined to believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south. Mericidia or thereabouts.
What? Why would you say that?
Yeah, why Mericidia?
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance. They're comparatively hardy species too, able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
When you put it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
Why migrate?
That's all it is, though. An assumption. Through our tasks, we gleaners glimpse only bits and pieces of the forum's plans. Our prime concern is that our requisitions, be they living or otherwise, are properly preserved for the knowledge of future generations. Now, I really must be going.
It's fine. You've done what you can. I mean,
Perhaps
you
you
could
might
get us a
reward us
little
after a
trip
fashion
down the
then.
lift.
It is imperative that we reach the lower levels. And seeing as you are already set to descend with your assigned cargo, mayhap we could accompany you as your assistants.
Assistants and quotations. I like it.
I'm
Ishtola.
afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift.
I mean, we could go with the animals.
I will, of course, follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
I think we're gonna have to travel with the smuggle of the animals then. I think Ishtola just realised
Indeed.
that.
Pray forget I said anything.
And she knows exactly what we must do.
How do you feel about climbing? If you've strength and the courage to brave it, then there is another way down.
We're gonna climb down?
This path leads to the 33rd facet, a mine shaft excavated during one of our expansions of Labyrinthos. While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it should provide access to the medial circuit below.
Oh.
I never even knew such a place existed. Thank you. This is the perfect solution.
I mean, it's depending on how dangerous it
You're
is.
quite welcome. But consider yourselves warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you do well to turn back. I bid you good day.
Thank you, Aaronville. You've been a very cool character. Cool first buddy lad we've encountered. And yeah, they purposely do that to highlight the races.
Well, turning back is hardly an option, not when we've come this far. Let's go and take a look at this mine shaft.
Yeah, I'll talk about it afterwards. Let's just make our way. Qual, you're good, buddy? Yeah, good. Hopefully she doesn't have another echo headache at the worst possible time in here. Because that's what I think it is, because I don't know what else it could be. I feel like it has something to do with Heidelin appearing to us. And since we got some Van Daniel stuff in the Favner stuff, I think it'll be good for, you know, Heidelin to appear. But as I was saying before, they usually highlight the certain races which are involved. I'm going to look for Ava Currents right now. They usually highlight the new races and make them important characters in each expansion. For example, in Shadowbringers, you've got a lot of Wolfgar and Bunny people, because they are the two new races. Bunny woman, because they are the two new races to the expansion. And they're like, okay, let's focus on these guys and see what we can do with them. And of course he had... Wait, is this great? Can I even go to save a current? Oh, you motherfucker. Yeah, I can see it down there. They purposely do it so that, you know, you don't really know. You get to see a lot more of the characters and the different races. Another example in Stormblood, you saw a lot of the Aura races because they were new to that expansion. Even though Yagiri probably being the first aura we know, appeared much earlier on. They did not have an idea of what her race would be until much later on in the story. I mean, that's really cool. I like the focus on different races and in each expansion when they come out, and getting to see the diverse cultures of Eorzea and, well, the upper continent basically. And we saw in the first that they each had different names, which was quite clever, and this is the same in Eorzea, like they all have different names, and we're getting more and more of each expansion, so I'm excited to see what we get next. I think it'll be cool. I never would have noticed this cave on my own. Thank the scholar that Erenvel knew of it, and that you were there to persuade him to share. I took a quick peek inside, but it's awfully dark in there. The medial circuit which Erenvel mentions is a tier directly below us. Unlike the lowest level labyrinth offers rigid security, one can usually roam the middle layer quite freely. Let's see what we find. Oh, I assume a mine shaft, and yeah, you can see it on the map, okay. This must be it, the entrance to the mine shaft. 'Tis faint, but I hear something moving within. Creatures homed home there by the researchers, you think? Well, slavering beasts aside, we will need to watch our footing. We should tighten our straps and such before we continue. Indeed. We have a new hat. I don't need it. I got 550 on my tombstone gear. The medial circuit. Alizé seems eager to get underway. I am too. Assuming everyone's tightened their straps and checked their gear, then I say we head on in. Given the terrain ahead, though, it may be wise to leave some distance between us. We don't want to be stumbling over each other if it comes to a fight. Take it slow, and don't forget to check your surroundings from time to time. We can meet up again at the other end of the tunnel. Slow and methodical is Zigbar's middle name. I definitely don't enjoy the rush and the speed I get from healing at all. Wow, this is a fucking massive room. Look at this! Big cave. So far, I have not been disappointed at all by any of the areas in Endwalker. Like this and Favner are just beautiful and really creative places. I thought Shadowbringers had some really appealing looking areas, but they were very basic in terms of, you know, their design. You had Fairy Kingdom, big forest, coastal area, other such stuff. Not saying they're bad, not in the slightest, but it's certainly a lot more safe in terms of area designs. It's probably why I like this so much. Like, they're very, like, we have a like a kind of Indian styled island, and we also have like a data center beneath Charlayan with its own simulated sky. Like, it's so unique and creative, and there's some fantastic areas in Shadowbringers, like the Tempest, for example, with Amarot, and like the Sunken Ocean is really cool. And I really tried everything to avoid you, but you just wanted to fight me, didn't you? No. There we go. I'm having a little look around. What is this? Is that a monster? I don't think it is, but it might be. Is that? Oh, it was a monster! Oh, 3 monsters, in fact. Had a little listen to Footfalls yesterday night, and the main theme is very good. I'm glad it didn't go with a remix like Shadowbringers, where they rearranged answers. But also, the music is so fucking good in that song. I love the motifs they bring back, like the Heavensward one, Stormblood. You get a little smidge of Shadowbringers in there, but not a whole lot. I was quite surprised by how little there was of Shadowbringers in that song. Like, you get 2 seconds of who brings the shadow, but who brings the shadows, and that was it. Which is fine. But I like the added focus Stormblood and Heavensward get. I'm excited to see what they do with those storylines in this expansion, because this is kind of a wrap-up, a homage to the journey that's come. Speaking of journeys, we are now in the medial circuit, I think. Yeah. That mine shaft was infested with mithril caps. Some sort of research project, I wonder. I suppose they are most unusual creatures. Why do they develop such long limbs when all they do is shuffle around narrow tunnels? I guess to, you know, be safe in narrow tunnels? I don't know. I was being careful, I swear. The slope was steeper than I thought and I lost my footing for a moment, that's all. I'm not injured if you don't count my pride. Oh. Tigbar, did you know Cryle almost took a tumble back there? You can't possibly just still be dizzy from the lift. Oh, Cryle, look after yourself, bud. Everyone seems to be made it through without incident. Nothing of consequence, at least. And as promised, the tunnels delivered us into the medial circuit. As I recall, this tier is where they keep a wide variety of samples for agricultural production. If Aaronville's assessment holds true, that specimens are being collected in preparation for a great migration, then we should see evidence of such plans in the area's research projects. Let's follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we can see. I'm sure for a lot of people this won't be interesting, like the research angle and how much knowledge there is, but I fucking love it. I love all this stuff. Research is one of my favorite things ever. Just finding out about new migrations and strategies to combat certain problems, and I just love seeing it here. And the focus is getting in Charlene. Like, Charlene is really fucking comfy just because of that, and I love it because it just feels so wholesome and great. Oh, Avacone I can hear? Wow. Apparently I'm getting attacked by a straight egg right now, so I'm gonna have to kill this first. No! Is that level 81? I think we are. We're still on level 80 quests. Yeah. The first two optional quests are both level 80, from what I remember. Not optional, the first two side quests. East? Oh, there's one in the tunnel, isn't there? Okay, I'll be back in a sec when I go get to this one in the fucking tunnel. You sneaky game. You hidden apricot up here all this fucking time. How dare you. Doesn't help that there's 10 of these, so yeah, I'm gonna have to be careful about how I do this. There hasn't been any plus quests so far in terms of apricots, which makes me curious how many times we're going to return here as an area. If my mind is working, I remember there was an Ava curtain in this little area too, so I'm gonna get that before I continue. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm gonna love them. Look at their little faces! Oh my lord! I don't want to kill them. Oh fuck. Oh, I apologise, chat, for this. Wait, who are you? Hey, buddy! A sudden warrior of light appears to help. I think he's also doing the same quest as me. Yeah. No! Scott Allen appears. It's like, oh, hey! Thanks for the help, I guess. Oh shit, I'm also being chased. Oh, okay, well, here we go. I do enjoy that when other people decide to come in and help. That's going to happen a lot more in Endwalker, I think, because of how many people are still, you know, chilling out in these areas. You know, it's been 6 months since Endwalker came out, which is actually kind of shocking to me that it's been that long already. But, man, does not feel like that. Feels like it's been two days. But I'm glad we're not back then, because that was when Queue Walker was happening, as it was called, because the queues were like up to 3 hours long to get in. No, even more than that, to be fair. Pumpkins. Ah, now I know where we are. This is Mel Agronomics. Lab Infos is host to a wide variety of vegetation, which allows us to conduct studies on cultivation methods utilised in foreign lands. And it is this facility which coordinates and oversees those efforts. The fruits of their research go to feed their Lab Infos colleagues, or so I hear. Most more notable successes might make it to the Agora. Food so exotic you'd be hard pressed to guess their origin, let alone know how they taste. That was the aviary over to the left, wasn't it? West one. Indeed, mystery vegetables without a name, only a list of nutritional benefits scribbled on a card. I see no gleaners hereabouts, yet these workers seem to share that same sense of urgency. 'Tis possible they know something of the form's plans and their underlying motivations. Worth looking into, wouldn't you say? Yes, I'll get the investigator hat on again. See what you can coax in the workers. The rest of you will do the same or cast about for the usual clues. Sounds like a plan. Speaking of, instead of putting my investigator hat on, let's take my investigator hat off. Let my luscious locks get a chance to breathe for a little second. Luscious in massive quotation marks. Right, hi. The gold we grow here are something of an agricultural wonder, with crossbred varieties from all across the realm to create pumpkins that are sweet, sizable, and rich in nutrients. Yeah, pumpkins are very easy to grow, which is why you see them so often in fiction and stuff. For example, in Skyward Sword, they have a whole pumpkin patch because they're relatively easy to grow, and they are massive too, so you get lots of food from them. Same with melons and stuff. I'm told this cart holds harvestment for the larders here. Nothing out of the ordinary, though. Cast doubt. Oh, I see Qual, but I could barely see her through the pumpkins. Hey, buddy. A field full of ripe vegetables, being left to rot on the vine. Not a single picker hard at work. Clearly, procuring readily available fresh food is not the farm's priority. No, yeah, they do look a little bit rotted. Oh. I like pumpkin. I've had some before, and it's actually quite a nice flavour, if a little bit tangy. Hey. Oh, hello there. We weren't expecting visitors. No, the use of the lift being restricted. How did you make it down here anyway? I'm with the students of the Baldassian. The mineshaft, you say? Well, you're a much hardier soul than I. Under normal circumstances, I'd reward such tenacity for a guided tour of the fields, but I'm afraid the farm has us filling orders lists a mile along. Massive yet detailed requests, literal wagon loads of crop samples, and hardly any time to put them together. When I first heard of this grand reorganization, I assumed we would be shuffling around old stock to make room for the new. Then came the orders for ridiculous quantities of seeds, and we've already been thoroughly researched. Passing strange, eh? I pressed for an explanation and was met with vague assurances that all will be revealed in due course. Not the most satisfying answer. It sounds like any Kingdom Hearts game ever, to be honest. It'll be revealed in due course. It's just you're probably going to get more questions than answers when it gets revealed. I like how this game does it. Like, you have questions, obviously, but it gives you more answers and it leaves you with satisfying conclusions after stuff. And so you spent years researching these high-yield cultivation techniques. Alf, no, we're not here for idle chit-chat. We're here to do like, research and stuff. Overwhelmed labourer. You look overwhelmed. Do I have to ought to be taken down below? More than I can carry, and then some. Most of our stock is sent off via the cargo lift, but some have been earmarked for aerial transport, hence the stack of crates atop the hill over there. Gods, hauling a lot up that slope was a job and a half. You'd think Charlene would have found some way to transport all these goods without forcing people to carry them, but I guess not. She told us chilling out over here, I see. I took a moment to survey the surrounding areas. There are several other cities nearby we can investigate if we fail to learn aught of value here. West, okay, so we're in the centre area. I mean, you do have the little VVs, which I still don't really know what they are. What crops are we raising? Well, as you can see, this one is a variety of grape. Only needs a good source of sunlight to grow, and the conditions here are nothing short of perfect. Hardly surprising given that it's native to a particular local and a very spot upon which Labyrinthos was modelled, a region in the south of Ilsabard. Oh! They boast remarkable habitat diversity, allowing for myriad flora and fauna to thrive. Chilly peaks in the north give way to swaths of temperate plains, which in turn transition to a hot, humid coastline. Such bountiful territory is ever contested, as you might expect. It used to be called Chorus before the Imperials named it Locus Amonis. Yeah, that's where Graha's from. The farm saw it not as a prize, however, but as researchers' ideal environment, one whose climates we strove to recreate at the confines of Labyrinthos. It's since provided a rich foundation for countless experiments and cultivation. That's very cool. I think we're down here though. I guess we're gonna go investigate some stacked boxes. Yeah, but I guess we're not going over to the center plate for now. We're just gonna be sticking on the medial one, the medial circuit. And again, I love how it's designed. Look at this. You got plate. You got this one. I like how grassy they are, and the further you get in, the more sophisticated it is. I assume we started here and then it spread out as it went along. So I'm looking for some crates then. If I was... Oh, there we go. I think I found some... Look, it's pretty flowers. The labels on these crates tell the story of their contents. Bundles of common seed and saplings, accompanied by sheafs of reports. The things on the hill being transported down, I guess. Feel. They're very pretty flowers. Wow! It's almost like it's a talking flower. Wait, what was it, Big Bar?
Hard to look away, isn't it?
What is this?
But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion. You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true.
Emotional flowers. Imagine that.
This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders.
That you? Or you do
Intense
feel?
feelings like those spur the petals to change colour.
It's really cool.
Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy. Dark, subdued shades for frustration or despair.
So I wonder if we come back here later on, there'll be a different
Yet
colour.
even with the collected wisdom of Charlian at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect.
Maybe they're just happy
And
boys.
there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild. With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin.
This is my favourite area of science, so this is just really interesting me right now. You piqued my
To
interest,
further
Mr.
complicate
Botanist.
matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in
You
frustration.
need yourself a Linnaeus classification scheme, mate.
As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
Thanks, buddy. I like your little lecture you gave me. And of course, I enjoyed this area of flowers and learning about them. You kind of get an idea of, you know, how Charlene works. Toya's theme?
Have you learned aught of interest?
A little bit. So I found out about these cool flowers. Not so.
A flower that reacts to one's feelings? Strange. I must say,
What do you
I
mean,
have never heard of
Shola?
such a thing.
Oh, empathetic flower.
This is all very fascinating. But as it stands, we've failed to gain any significant insight into the Forum's undertaking.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly.
I don't know if that'll be possible, or at least now anyway. Oh, what's happening? Is that the creatures on the elevator, I wonder? The ones being transported
Isn't
from
that
the
the entrance
Archaean.
to the Archaean?
Archaean. Okay, it is Archaean. So, that Bunny Lad? Yeah, it is Bunny Lad.
Look, there. I think that's Erenville.
A
Hey!
little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
Yeah.
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member? Or at least a close associate?
You can follow them. Stalk them! Yes!
Do you mean to eavesdrop on their conversation? What of the risks?
They could get kicked out.
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice. If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
I do some eavesdropping. I'll take part.
Nay. I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions. And no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
I agree.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all...
Oh? Wait. Qual? Hey, buddy. What's wrong? This just reminded me how Minfilia was before she was taken.
Cryo?
Maybe I'll not do anything with Kyle.
Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan.
I'm glad you agree.
What's going on, buddy?
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him.
Well, I was thinking of ending the episode, I'll say here. Well, okay. Oh no. What's happening?
Almost. I can almost reach you.
What, Heidelin? What are you doing, Qual? Well, since we're on the move, I'm gonna quickly end this part here. I hope you enjoyed. This labyrinth stuff is also quite lengthy. Like, I didn't really think we've gone too far this stream, but we're like down a little bit, I guess. But yeah, I'll be back for that next time. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next part. Goodbye.